Hello guys, welcome to the second last tutorial in which now we are talking about the landscaping works. So in it we can go and look into things like the trees, the background, and such. So click on settings, go to the location, and in the settings you'll find the background, so you can change it to something that you see preferable and that which suits your project best. So if it's a residential commercial project, it will make more sense to have a city background. So in this, let's go with the mountains, and you can lift up the landscape a little bit, go to vegetation, click on trees, and there are a variety of trees, so just some amount of clicking and dropping, nothing complex there. And it's setting up the background as well for our rendering, because the next and final step is the rendering. So ensure that you keep everything a little bit more or less spaced, so that they are not far off, and equally they are not too close to your project. So just choose a variety in which you see fit. There are quite a number, so the list actually makes it a little bit time consuming because of the decision. But if you're not a plant fanatic, so you can just go with either. I'll specifically choose this king palm because I want it to be our centerpiece at the entrance point. So just place it there, and maybe we can have it at a little bit smaller scale, so just reduce the edge, and then can maybe drag it to the center and rotate it to see that it does not interfere with the windows or nearing places, so that when you enter, that's at least a sight to behold. At least it's not that dull, because we are having a large window over there. So let's go behind, and maybe we can add a few things to complement that space. Go back and maybe look into the bushes. You can add in some still tropical plants to complement the area. And feel free, there's no really formula for doing this. Just do it as random as you can. Do small flowers, big, colorful, dull. And yeah, just have some fun with it. There's really no formula for this. It's quite a subjective process. So click there, click there. Maybe that will make some more sense. And now let's look at the front, see what we can do here. Remember, we are still setting up the background for our rendering, so ensure that you put in items that will add up some spice to your space. So I've gone to the street lights, which are in the objects, in the street objects rather. So I'm putting now the object called power lift. I love this because it's a good landscaping light pole. It's short, and it's quite a sensible piece. You can equally add tall ones in the background, So just bring in everything close a little bit. So we have our lights, we have our trees. What else can we add onto this? We can still put some planters. So still at the city objects, at the planters, you'll find some that can be add-ons to the front space. So it's just clicking, dropping, clicking and dropping. Maybe let's add some more plants at the front. So it is really subjective, and just do as you please, but make it pleasing, make it sensible. If the goal is to have it looking a little bit rustic, so you know what to do. If you are looking for a more contemporary, organized planning setup, then you can tend to achieve that. And in this being a bushy setup, for wild setups, wild activities, you can just do as random as you please. Yep. So maybe we can add some steps and also align those light poles so that they are more symmetrical. So let's see what we can do. Let's go back, go to objects, and on the primitives, click on the chamfer box and place that box there. And we have the drop down arrow. Click on scale and let's scale it down some more, and maybe we can widen it so that it can be more of a paver slab. So drag it to the side to extents that you will see, please, and click on move, and let's place it along the pathway to the main entrance. So it has no material placement, so what we will do, we'll go back and click on materials, click on concrete, and we can drag and drop the concrete material, scale it up for the properties to be more eminent, and let's just copy that to the rest of the pathwalk. So let's see, click on that, Control C, Control V, keep the instance, and just drag it out a little bit. You can still we'll copy some more, hold the control so that you have two selections, Control C, Control V, drag the two out, still hold onto the control button, Control C, Control V. Oh well, didn't add on the last two, but no pressure. You still get the concept. It's a shortcut to hasten our process a little bit, so sometimes it may select, sometimes not, but you'll find a way. And up to that point makes some sense. So remember, it depends with the scope that you have of the project. If maybe you want to show other amenities like the parking, the main gate entrance, or other shades like the gazebos or pergola, you can do as what we've been doing, go back to Revit, design all that, and keep on adding on it. It is an iterative process, and it all depends on the scope of your project. So for this being a beginner course, we'll just keep it simple, and I'm adding on more trees so that I can cover up the mountainous background so that it doesn't look so much fake. You can just have a structure on a flat landscape. So adding on to the vegetation so as to keep every element on focus, close up, and minimize the visibility at the far horizons. So let's see what we have, and that's what I'm talking about. We have the trees covering the far off horizons, we have the lights, we have the planters, we have our finishes, and that looks good. for a start. At least for a beginner level, this is, if you're able to achieve this, then it is impressive. So let's go to the settings and see a cool feature here. When the time of day passes by, you see the lights going on. So that's why I love these lights, because they are set up as per the time of day. So maybe to spice up the environment a little bit, we can add some fog, and that's still at the objects, and you go to particles, you'll be finding these placement elements. So feel free to add anything that you see fit. As of this session, we are done with the landscaping. We've added the fog, the trees, and you can see we are having a cinematic view that we can proceed into the rendering stage on the next session. Until next time, bye bye.